Cecile and I, we first talked about this morning. We want to have different examples of how communications can help different companies at different stages of development. So this morning you've heard from Fabrice, Vivien, and later you'll hear from John. And we want to give you the idea that communications can help you in different ways. And what I'd like to talk about this morning is communication professionals. I'm a communication consultant, and I've worked for different companies. I've been living in Paris for the last, since 2000. I worked in London before that. I worked for Capgemini in French, which is a French IT and management consulting company. And I worked in communications for that company for many, many years in the headquarters here in Paris. I've also worked for A.T. Kearney, which is a management consulting firm, and Ernst & Young. I'm a member of Network Irlande, which is the French-Irish Chamber of Commerce. And I'm a member of Communication Entreprise, which is the largest French communication association, and also International Association of Business Communicators, which is a very international association of people across the company, across the world, and I'm a member of the French chapter. Communications in France, just to give you some figures, it's a 12 billion euro business. There's 12 billion invested in communications each year. So it's important for you as a company from another country that in France it's very well developed in terms of communications. There's over 100,000 people involved in the profession, of which half work in agencies and are independent, a third work in internal communications, and as well, it's important because the profession supports young people. There's 13,000 people, young people working as interns in companies. I'd like to speak about the largest association, which is Communication Entreprise. There's over 1,500 members working in companies, public sector, independent agencies. The profession is across all different sectors, private and public, doing different roles in companies, agencies, independents, and students. Every year it publishes its annuaire of all its members, details of all its members. It has a very active communities by companies, public sector agencies, independents, and it publishes various surveys and studies each year, and it trains its membership, trains over 600 people every year. And it has an annual Grand Prix Communication Entreprise, so it gives recognition to the profession and to the industry every year. In terms of what a communication professional can offer you, a communication professional can offer its core competencies, its experience, help you to make money, which is very important, I'm sure, in all our businesses, and also it's well qualified. There's a lot of schools in France, communication schools, which trains communication professionals. What are the types of professionals that you might want to use? And I've divided in the slide different types of activities. So you might eventually, you might hire a communication professional in terms of your corporate communications. So as a communication director, internal communications, press relations, branding, advertising, and investor relations. As you heard from Fabrice this morning, you might want to have somebody relating with the media. So there's journalists, there's editors, newspapers, social media lobbying. There's agencies, advertising, branding, marketing, product launches. There's services. So if you want to have images, graphics, printing, organizing events, market research, consultants recruitment. And there's different associations specializing in different aspects of communications. And you will see in your pack this morning links to different types of communication associations. So what are the benefits that you can have from a communication professional? I've identified 5 different areas. So you want to have, with a communication professional, you can have somebody to share the strategic ambition of your company. And what do I mean by that? You want to have somebody to help you enlarge your horizon and give direction, and to develop a communication plan that outlines your vision, your objectives, and your actions for the long term. Secondly, you want to create value through the deployment of a coherent brand. And it's very important in France that you have a coherent brand, because otherwise you will not reach your specific markets. So you want to reach out to your markets, and you want to create business opportunities. And you want to have your employees proud of your brand. Thirdly, you want to respond to the need for information. You will be expected to have information at your fingertips. So having a communication professional to help you do that is very, very important. Fourthly, you want to evolve as a living company. You've arrived in France, you've arrived in Paris. How can you develop and evolve? And with a communication professional, you can do that. Because a company is a living organism, and you're going to be having a lot of pressure to adapt. And so you need to have somebody like a communication professional to be able to do that. And lastly, we're all faced with social responsibility. And in Paris, and certainly in France, social responsibility is really high up on the level of interest, not only from your potential customers and clients, but also the wider public. So you need to be able to show that you, as a company coming from another country, that you're able to adapt and you're able to be responsive to the social responsibilities that you might have. And with a communication professional, you can do that. Et voilà. In 10 minutes.
Okay, wonderful short presentation, but you explained very well how you need to have experts to help you in communication to earn money, because we are quite dedicated to the fact that foreign companies, they come to France to find a market and to make money. You see, it's very important. I'm interested in the fact that you will create jobs, but you won't create jobs if you do not earn